I couldn't understand all the fishing line inside. It's like when you watch it.
That's taken about a year to do that. Yeah, we purchased a lot of years. Go ahead. Yeah, he's always wanted to make a ranch. It's been his show my husband forever, so we're good. We've lived in our house for 3 years.
Welcome everyone to Xchanges. Thank you for coming out on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. My name is Rachel Hellner and I'm the gallery coordinator for Xchanges this year. And very pleased that we have Anna Curtin exhibiting on the balcony today. It's a beautiful show that ties it, well she'll tell you more about it, but tying in the natural environment with the built environment. Just to let you all know that we have a mandate of supporting emerging and mid-career artists here at Xchanges, and every month we have a different opening, and very lucky to get a lot of people who have their first solo exhibition here at Xchanges, so it's a nice way for a lot of Victoria's artists to be able to launch their career. Hopefully it will be a long and fruitful career in exhibiting artwork. So I hope that you'll enjoy the show today. Anna's going to say a few words about her ideas and process, and hope to see you back. We have openings every month, and hope to see you back at another opening. Over to you, Anna.
Thank you, Rachel. First, I just want to thank you all for coming. It's really exciting for me to have this show here. And I wanted to thank Xchanges for having me, and also the CRD, because this is a artist-run gallery and they work a lot on grants and donations and support, so it's really fabulous. And it's fabulous that I was invited to come. You put proposals in and then they suggested maybe my work would fit on their balcony. So I wanted just to tell you a little bit about my work. It's about intersections, and it's about the intersection between wilderness and I guess the technology and the world we inhabit most of the time, which seems to be cityscape. And one of the things I really noticed when I was standing here, sitting and waiting for the show to begin, was that my work was all made in the environment, and it was made off the grid, and it was made with the wind in my hair and the ocean and the eagles and the whales out there, and really inspired by that. And it's very odd for me to see that while I was sitting here seeing the cityscape behind and hearing the noises of the cities, the trucks and there's one and just the busyness of our little city Victoria here, and see my work juxtaposed upon the city. And this is what the work's about. It's about how wilderness and environment is at the same time with the city environment. So it was just quite a big moment for me, actually, to see that. It's also about reclaiming and recycling. All the materials I've used have been used before, either as a favorite sweater, a skirt, a sweatshirt, something you've worn, maybe a serape of some sort, or the outer works that you see along the balcony are made out of old kite sailing materials. So these materials have already been dumped in the sea. They've been in our waves. They were donated to me by the kite surfing community, and I didn't even wash the salt off. Like, it was so important for me to let these materials have the essence of where they've come from. Now, these knitted pieces and these more fabric pieces out of clothes have, first of all, the process has been cutting them into strips and keeping the integrity of the shirt or the pair of pants or whatever it is, cutting it into a long strip and sometimes held together by, say, the waistband, and then putting it into the ocean and having the ocean go through maybe 2 tides, and then bringing it out if it survives. Some disappeared, some looked like seaweed and it was gone by the morning when I went to find it. But then the ones I found, I collected, I dried it. I made an old spindle, and a spindle is another intersection I have in my work. It's connecting with women's crafts of when you spun wool and then you knitted. So I've made a spindle that's quite big with a long doweling. Actually, my son-in-law made it for me, parents there, so that was great. So what I've done with the material is spun all the material, and some of it I've put in wire, and so I could use that to form shape. And then to keep the spin on it, I had to boil it. So it was all boiled for maybe 20 minutes. And then you dry it again, and then I can make the ball, and then I decide on the color combinations. And then I knit it, and I just choose which colors I want to go together. And then I can also add and make other bits of form. So this twist will stay in here because it's being done like you would do wool, where it's being boiled and dried and then formed like that. So then I've just sat in the presence of doing and feeling the essence and not really trying to think of the word rain or sun or wind or shape or object or animal, but let that come out of my doingness. So just like you touch something, it touches you. So I've tried to stay in that presence and have the work created out of that. So it's quite a long shape, long story to do that work. So anyways, enjoy the work. If you have any questions about a particular piece, I'd be happy to let you know about it. And thanks again for coming. Yeah.
Thank you.
Aren't they funny? Like, you don't expect it, and it looks kind of thick. And then if you get closer, though, then you forget it. But it's amazing how it has and every source is so abstract.